Now, when it comes to condenser microphones and tube microphones, most of you know that you have large caps like this, large capsule microphones, and then you have small capsules like this one, which you're hearing me speak through right now. There's a handful of companies out there that actually make microphones with capsule sizes that are kind of in between small caps and large caps. I just call them mid caps. But the Neumann 193 is one of those, and then this weird red capsule that I have on this Octava body is another one. But what I like about these is that, so you're hearing me speak through this Octava mod small cap right now. This has been modified by Michael Jolly. I don't think he's in business anymore, but it's basically a clone of a Neumann KM84, the old school ones with the transformer and everything. But the cool thing that most of us like about small caps is that they're a little bit more, accurate and neutral than a large cap. So proximity effect isn't as pronounced. You can get up close to it and, things sound beefier, but it's still a lot of useful information. It doesn't turn into a bunch of rumbling kind of mud. All right, so now we're going to switch up to the large cap. This is a Vanguard V4. And again, what we love about large caps is that they can sound larger than life, and the proximity effect is huge. It's kind of, for the most part, if you're going to generalize, it's a larger than life sound, and especially for vocals, that's great a lot of times because people want to hear their voice in the most flattering way as possible. It can be really, really inspiring when you're doing vocal takes. The other great thing about large caps is that the pickup pattern when you get into the lower frequencies is a little bit more omnidirectional. So vocalists can kind of move side to side, and it doesn't sound like you're dropping off the face of the earth. So the vocalist can kind of get into things and move back and forth, and it doesn't sound as weird as it would with a small cap. Now we're moving to the Neumann TLM 193, which, by the way, I think this is one of Neumann's most underrated microphones out there. I think it gets a really bad rap because some people see pictures of it and see it on paper and they assume it's going to be like a cheaper version of a U87. Okay, can you hear that? I have a wasp or something stuck in my wall. I'm going to have to deal with that tomorrow. Fun times in the country, but just ignore that. So again, a lot of people kind of think it's going to be a cheaper Neumann vocal mic, and I've used it on vocals occasionally, but honestly, I don't think it excels as a vocal mic. It's a fantastic instrument mic, especially acoustic guitar. So because it kind of falls in between large caps and small caps, the proximity effect on it is really cool. You can get up closer to it, and you get a little bit of that kind of overpronounced proximity effect you would get in a large cap. But it's still useful information. Nothing's too boomy, so you can close mic stuff a little more than you could with a large cap and still get kind of like a small cap sound, but a little more pronounced. I don't know. I like it. It's a really good mic. And then switching over to this guy. This is a really weird one. So again, this is a Michael Jolly modded Octava small cap body, so it's basically a KM84 circuit with a transformer. And then I guess in the early 2000s, somewhere around there, Blue Microphones, which also made a kind of spin-off company called Red, they started making one of these weird mid-sized capsules that you could put on the Octava bodies. And so this is very, very different than the Neumann is sound-wise. It's a little bit more brighter, more air. The Neumann still has kind of that hunky mid-range that you get from like U87, but it's not sibilant. This guy can be a little bit more sibilant, but I really enjoy it on pianos. I've used it on drum overheads as well, but it kind of, right now, they get glued to my Kauai grand piano because it's it's a darker sounding piano, so these guys round stuff off. But anyway, we'll go ahead and switch over and listen to these on some instruments, but I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of what all these sound like, and we'll hear it. We'll do some vocals and acoustic and maybe a few other things. Let's go. Get off my back and get on yours. I can see this fade away to black, to black, to black. Get off my back and get on yours. I can see this fade away to black, to black, to black. Get off my back and get on yours. I can see this fade away to black, to black, to black. Get off my back and get on yours. I can see this fade away to black, to black, to black. Get off my back and get on yours. I can see this fade away to black, to black, to black. Get off my back and get on yours. I can see this fade away to black, to black, to black. Get off my back and get on yours. I can see this fade away to black, to black, to black. Get off my back and get on yours. I can see this fade away to black, to black, to black.